so hip. Do you guys want to hang out with me in Brooklyn so it looks like I have cool friends? Okay, so like maybe.
That was a test.
It's a maybe.
Yeah, so apparently, according to the schedule that we need, the next thing is spoken word. Is that rap?
No, it's not rap. It's like Martha, you gonna like read an essay or something?
No, it's not me. It's that guy.
All right, so it is rap.
Osa, everybody, doing spoken word.
Hi everyone. So my name is Osa. I'm 24 years old. The reason why I say that will become important later. The title of my poem is, I wrote this in a radiology lecture because I'm not that creative with titles, and I literally wrote it in a radiology lecture. So I hope you enjoy. All the while I sit here and think to myself, God, I am bored. Talking to me about spaces and curly bee lines, and I get excited because I ask a question about the deep focus sign, and then I'm bored again. Pilograms and milograms going on and on to me about these tests only to tell me they're outdated and barely used. So why tell me? We're in med school, not history class. I'm here to learn about future developments, not relics of the past. And while I ponder these asinine thoughts, the asinine I, or rather the asin me, is revealed to me, and I realize that while I ponder my asinine thoughts, there's probably a young, starving 24-year-old male about this tall in a third world country begging to switch places with me. I'm sure he might already have a family, and he weeps daily because the sons tell me it's too big, and while I learned about Kwashiorkor's disease 2 years ago, his first son was living it. And now his second one too. And he has no clue that's being caused by lack of food. You see, his uninformed mind thinks to himself, because they're both my offspring, it must be a fault of mine. Meanwhile, on this side of the world, I am living my blessed life. Although I may not be well off, I am well off enough to have a healthy family that cares for me. A roof over my head, formal education, healthy life, and more likely than him to have healthy posterity, but yet I complain because I am bored. But yet my counterpart can't afford to be bored because he struggles every day to keep his kids alive while I whine because it's hard to strive to be a doctor and make a good living. Speaking of making a good living, it's starting to feel like all of my interests involve interest, right? I complain so often about being broke that homeless people are starting to feel bad for me. Always worrying about money, which leads to bitches in power. At least that's what I hear from all these rap songs that I've been bumping to since I lived in the hood as a little toddler and often heard gunshots flying whizzed by my house for minutes to hours. Man, even back then I didn't have it so bad because both of my parents were with me. And I always knew no matter how bad it gets out there, it most likely wouldn't come in to get me. I say that to say this. In some countries, kids aren't so lucky. Gunshots fly outside and people enter your house saying, give me all your money, you bitches. Grab them by the hair, take away their power, throw them in front of their parents, and they're all deceased within an hour by a man whose only formal education is knowing that the gun holds the power. And while I harp on my annoyances with this radiology lecture, my intermittent periods of being broke, and my many other first world problems, there's a young Nigerian girl taken from her school, now in a city foreign to her, possibly being sold into sex trade as we speak. Taking the word slaving away all day, literally. Being a tool to be used by pervs to peruse the inner spaces of their paraphilic minds to devise a way to divide her legs, causing her to divide her mind from the rest, disassociate. Because this current state is not what she used to associate with her future. But like a magnet, she's forced to grab onto the cold, hard rods that are put before her. She tries to pull away, but she's stuck. And to think just a few months before, I screamed, fuck, because I didn't get honors in medicine, when I should be honored to have medicine available to me for my everyday needs. Did you know that in 2013, 593 people in Haiti died from cholera? 894 the year before that, and 2,865 the year before that. While in America, we had a whopping 0 deaths, because we have access to something so basic as clean water. Yet the more we have, the more we tend to alter our thoughts and perceptions about ourselves and possessions as less. We should all be thrown into psych wards for delusions of insignificance. Fast forward 20 years into the future with the letters MD glaring from my badge. I meet a young boy who was 14 while I'm about 44. He tells me he just came from a third world country. He's been having symptoms of fevers, weight loss, and night sweats with coughing up some blood from the night before. So I go through the routine of the H&P until I get to the family history. He tells me he has a mom who's in great shape, but he's already lost 2 brothers to big tummy. Then right before my very eyes, he begins to break down and cry. So of course I ask him, son, why do you cry so? He tells me he misses his father. So of course my next question is, son, where did your father go? His response? He died just a couple weeks ago, at the very young age of 44. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your lives, because we are truly blessed to be in the situations that we are in. And even on those days where it seems like things are too grim, just try to crack a smile and think to yourself, honestly, it could always be worse. Thank you.